So yeah, thanks for bearing with me with that. Yeah, I last showed off with how like the new Switch and the old Switch. I'm probably gonna do a recording on that because the new Switch and the old Switch are actually very different. They're actually very interesting in the sense where not only is the new Switch just really cool compared to the old one, um, this thing never supported handheld 3D spatial surround. This thing does. And I was wondering why. And I still suspect it has to do with processing power because anybody who knows anything about audio knows that audio takes a lot of processing power, and Nintendo takes sound very very seriously. And when you're walking around Breath of the Wild, you'll notice like how much every single footstep sounds exactly like you're really there, and how all the sound from the rain to the when you're in a canyon, when you fall into a hole, into a well, when you are fighting in a well versus fighting in a canyon versus open field, riding a horse across grass versus gravel, in open field or in the underworld, it all sounds different, and it all shifts, and you could turn 180 and the whole entire sound field moves 180 around you, and that takes a lot of processing power. And I suspect that's the reason why this thing never actually had 3D spatial surround, was just to save on power. Well, this thing does. This thing actually now supports 3D spatial surround, just like the 3DS does, especially the 3DS XL. That also applies to the original DS, which is where it started. If you have your old DS or your old 3DS XL, and you pull them out and play some games that have like obvious 3D signatures, like Metroid or something like that, where you open the door in front of you and it closes behind you, you could hear 3D sound, even out of those little speakers on a DS or a 3DS. And if you want proof that 3D is stereo, that would be good enough for you, I would say. Otherwise, just compare between the old Switch and the new OLED Switch, because the difference is one has 3D spatial audio and the other one doesn't in handheld mode. They both have 3D sound in when you're actually plugging them into a TV. Anyway, thanks again.